The commission voted to proceed in applying for the assistance through new market tax credits. This tax credit program was created to provide funds to businesses and nonprofits in economically distressed communities. If granted, the tax credits could pay for around 20% of the project.
If the building cost, if it was a $10 million deal, then $2 million or 20% of that would be forgiven on a loan.
The city will pay a non-refundable $15,000 fee to apply for the program. If the money is granted, the city will then pay 2.5% of that amount to the consulting firm helping the city to apply for the grant. That consulting firm believes the African American Cultural Center project has a strong chance of receiving the funding.
Panama City officials working to crack down on code enforcement violations. At yesterday's City Commission meeting, city leaders voted to begin the process of looking for another special magistrate to serve the city, responsible for handling code enforcement cases and decisions. The city currently has one special magistrate to perform this job, and there is one hearing every 2 months. At the last hearing, the magistrate heard 16 different cases. City Manager Mark McQueen hopes that having more than one of these magistrates will help expedite the code enforcement process.
We want to start having more code enforcement hearings timely, so every 2 to 3 weeks that we would go through that process to give corrective action to deficient properties.
The city looking to further crack down on code violations after the 1-year anniversary of Hurricane Michael. The commission will now seek responses from attorneys looking to serve as the additional magistrate.
The court system welcomed a new service member. Details on how this new member will help the children calm down.
And cooler temperatures as well as more rain on the way. We'll track out your best chances of seeing these storms after the break. Stick with us.
Your 13-First Alert forecast with forecaster Lauren Hope.
Well, here's the deal. We are finally in home stretch in terms of the heat. A slight cool down just ahead. As early as tonight, we're going to see a cold front make its way through. It's been creeping its way into the southeast. So note how the rain, a big factor in how our temperatures are going to shift. Drastic differences from today into tomorrow. For today, still dealing with the 90s. But note how this is not your normal sea breeze convection pop-up storms later in the afternoon. This is going to start based off of how this cold front comes in. So this is now Wednesday by 3 p.m. late in the afternoon, talking early evening, likely to see our first batch of storms and showers. The system makes its way through, panning itself down to the south portion near Apalachicola, and then it starts to fall apart. The system comes again tomorrow. We start to see some outflow storms kicking up, so anticipating a rainy Thursday, which we could desperately use. So checking in on some of our highs today, still the brutal heat. It's been a hot first week back to school, so this is sticking with us today. 95 for Marietta, Bluntstown, same goes for you. Tallahassee, only 80s lucking out in Panama City, upper 80s for Destin as well. You guys also being the ones already in the 80s this morning. 95 for Defuniak Springs, low 90s for Pensacola and Apalachicola. But take a look tomorrow. So this is a little more pleasant to take a look at. 90 for Marietta, 91 for Bluntstown, 91 for Defuniak Springs, mid 80s for Panama City, 86 for Destin, below average for where we should actually be for August. Again, all thanks to the cold front, but we're still seeing low 90s, but taking a look at our dew points is actually going to feel a little less than that. So you're also going to feel a little cool down in terms of that. And we're going to see heavy rain chances, so 70% heading into tomorrow. We keep scattered storms for Friday, anticipating a nice weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. We're seeing low 90s, scattered storms for coastal areas. You guys could potentially drop into the 80s. So 50% scattered storm activity Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For today, still seeing those sea breeze storms and still the 90s, but we know it's just that time of year. Take a look at what's going on across the globe here. We're taking a look at this forest fire outbreak, 54 forest fires in a matter of only 24 hours for an island. This is just north of Athens. So they have 1,000 firefighters trying to keep this under control, as Kelsey mentioned a little bit ago, and this is just not a good situation, but it's just that time of year. It's just the heat takes control, and this is actually from stronger wind gusts helping to spark that for them over there.
Oh my goodness.
And those islands are pretty hilly. They're not like you think of an island be pretty flat, but those islands out there in the Mediterranean off the coast of Greece are yeah, they're hilly, so that, I'm sure that makes it even
things difficult
harder
to get under
control the fire.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
Yeah, they definitely have their work cut out for them
Yep.
there, and hopefully they can get under control soon.
Yeah, hopefully.
15 minutes after the hour on your Wednesday morning in a heated debate at the Lynn Haven City Commission meeting.
One commissioner calling out the city for corruption and saying she has the documents to back it up. News 13's Faith Graham was there.
Federal prosecutors are closing in, and some Lynn Haven City employees and those who did business with the city may be headed to jail. That's the message Lynn Haven Commissioner Judy Tinder delivered during remarks about the need for a forensic audit Tuesday night. Tinder saying money was misspent following Hurricane Michael and naming names. Today, some officials and residents are questioning the integrity of the city's spending.
I do agree the FBI is here, I agree IRS is here, and I think a good number of people know all that, but they're not here to do a forensic audit. They're here to snatch up people and put them in jail, I assume.
Tinder conducted her own research into the city's spending. She named erosion control specialists, Greenleaf Lawn Care, and a former city manager as among those whose dealings with the city were possibly suspect. Erosion control specialists and Greenleaf were both named in the federal subpoenas the city got earlier this year. After going through only 6 files out of 200 files provided to her by the city, she knew corruption was evident.
We went to the companies that we have written huge checks to in the recent months and just started looking through those files. We looked through timesheets where it said everybody worked 11-hour days with no breaks, 7 days a week, things like that.
Janet Walker, a resident of Lynn Haven, is also outraged. She too looked into files detailing the city's spending, finding multiple errors.
1 month, the company will pay too much, will ask us to pay too much of a project total. The next month, they ask us to pay too less of a project total. But if you go through 10 invoices, it always seems to work out.
Eventually, the commissioners agreed to move forward with a forensic audit.
Next, our acting city manager will send out RFQs or requests for quotes on forensic auditors, and then they'll come back before the commission and we'll select the auditor that we want.
The audit will first analyze present-day data, then move backwards in time until a $100,000 cap is reached. Then it will be determined if the audit should extend further into the past. For News 13, Faith Graham, Panhandle Strong.
Our grandson decided to take his grandma camping for the very first time. Details on where they have been since starting their journey.
Your 13 First Alert forecast with forecaster Lauren Hope.
And it's just that time of year again, bringing back the school day bus stop forecast. So for the start of your morning, some coastal areas coming across some patchier fog. Otherwise, temperatures not looking too nice for us. Already 80 for some coastal areas, inland areas in the upper 70s. We're still going to see the rain, but we're going to hold off. It's going to be very limited until later this afternoon, heading into the evening. Still waiting on that cold front. So until that happens, it's another day still in the 90s, 91 for coastal areas, 95 for inland areas. Closer to feeling like the triple digits when you factor in those dew points. So more rain ahead though, so we're going to get a bit of a cool down. We just have to hold off, make it through this last afternoon, make it through the last day of likely seeing this heat advisory. So we had that excessive heat warning for areas west of Destin yesterday. That has since been lifted, so we're slowly making some progress here. This is set to expire for us as early as 6 p.m. likely around the same time when we start to see those showers rolling in as well. Temperature changes within the past 24 hours. Some areas a little warmer, some a little cooler, hit or miss, but we are likely to see significant temperature changes from this morning heading into tomorrow. So this last day of really high humidity, we saw dew points in the low 80s. But until then, if we can hold off as early as tomorrow, we bump our rain chances back up to 70%. But then don't get too comfortable. We drop right back down to 50%. A nice weekend of seasonal sea breeze storms. And kicking off the start of your next work week, it's still going to be back to the 90s. So enjoy this a little cool down. We're seeing a lot more rain, an inch, potentially up to 3 inches as early as tomorrow. Dropping back down to the 50s by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 40% for just some isolated scattered activity kicking off with Monday, but it's as early as tonight when we start to see that cold front make its way through, starting in the northwest portion of the Panhandle. Inland areas getting hit first and then pushing closer and closer to the coast.
Last night around 10 o'clock, police responding to a call at Walmart off of 23rd Street in Panama City to report of a customer having a gun. Witnesses on scene say one man was carrying a gun in the top back part of his pants, in other words, open carrying, which is not allowed in the state of Florida. Many customers and staff getting worried when they saw that gun out in the open. Police responded with a heavy presence. According to viewers, the police were carrying assault rifles and AR-15s while heading into the Walmart, but were made aware that there was no threat to the safety of staff or shoppers.
An accident yesterday shut down traffic as the Bay County Sheriff's Office worked to clear the scene. That accident happening on East Highway 388 just east of Lucas Lane about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Deputies turning traffic around at 77 and 388. FHP said the driver of the car, now identified as Q Hill, crossed into the westbound lane into the path of a semi. The driver of the semi took evasive action and jackknifed, causing it to overturn. Hill was taken to Bay Medical Center via helicopter in critical condition. The semi-truck driver was uninjured.
City of Panama City reporting nearly 5,100 gallons of raw sewage is now in Johnson Bayou due to a lift station malfunction at the West 12th Street. City officials say the raw sewage entered a storm drain that releases into the bayou. While they've completed the cleanup process, the Bay County Health Department advises against swimming in all of Johnson Bayou until further notice. Sewage contamination of water can expose swimmers to intestinal viruses, bacteria, and parasites.
Check out this principal deciding he wanted to make a big deal with the football coach. He made a deal. How he saves the football players from the heat.
Great to have you with us on this Wednesday morning, and hopes to bring comfort and support to children moving through our judicial system. The 14th Judicial Circuit Court welcomed in a new service member. Pet Partners is a volunteer-driven group that provides training and certifications for therapy animals and their handlers. Yesterday, Ziva and her handler, Susan Carroll, were sworn into oath and now able to serve our community. The two will be working alongside the Gulf Coast Children's Advocacy Center to help kids who may be going through a trial or need to testify in one to remain calm and feel comforted. Ziva and Carol are the first two volunteers to partner with the CAC. Carol says she couldn't be more excited to see the impact Ziva will have on kids that she comes in contact with.
And I was really happy to add something to the court system that's not ugly or hard, or this is just plain outright love, and that's what we need.
It just has that love, that comfort, that sense that you're not alone. Dogs have that amazing ability to be able to sense anxiety and worry in individuals.
Ziva is a certified therapy dog and will serve in many settings for the CAC. If you'd like to volunteer through Pet Partners, we have more information on our website, mypanhandle.com.
In an attempt to make the beaches safer, 3 local groups invited residents and business owners to a public workshop. The Panama City Beach City Council, County Commission, and Tourist Development Council were all represented as they all brainstormed ideas for ways to make the beach safer. The main topic discussed was bringing more lifeguards to the beaches and how the city could get money for it. One solution involves a change on the state level that dictates how much money the TDC can invest into public safety. Currently, 6 cents of the bed tax is available for Panama City Beach.
Panama City Beach collects 5 currently, so there's another penny that we don't qualify under the laws of the state, so we're hoping to petition the state legislator.
We are limited in terms of the amount of money that can be used for public safety. So just having a 6th penny doesn't mean that we'll be able to use that 6th penny for lifeguards.
Currently, Rose said the TDC gives a total of about $1 million to Bay County and Panama City Beach to help in safety.
A racially offensive video posted on social media by a Mosley High School student has not only sparked controversy within the school district, but also in the African American community. This controversy brought members of the African American community to speak to the school board at yesterday's meeting. During the hearing from the public portion of Tuesday's school board meeting, a number of pastors from the African American community stood up and spoke out about their concerns and fear after the video was posted online. School board member representing District 2, Ginger Littleton, agreed that a diversity committee may be needed. The idea of the group is still in its infancy.
Let's get a group together that it looks at diversity and looks at some of the issues that we need to figure out and see what as a community we need to do.
The board approved discussing the committee at the board's next workshop meeting, which will be open to the public. No exact date has been set for the board's workshop to discuss the final details of that committee.
A new grant presented by Senator Marco Rubio giving $4.5 million to AMI Kids program across 5 counties in the state, including Bay County. The Reentry Projects grant will provide almost $300,000 to the AMI Kids program here in Panama City. The money will go to help young adults between the age of 18 and 24 years old who are in the juvenile justice system released from prison or who do not have a high school diploma. The program will provide vocational training to help these young adults train and find jobs. AMI Kids is a nonprofit organization that serves at-risk kids throughout the country. Executive Director of AMI Kids, Ron Boyce, said this grant money will help these young adults get back on track, especially after the storm.
We're bringing people back to Bay County that got displaced by the storm, getting them these jobs, and is going to help them reintegrate, which is why it's called the Reentry Grant. It's going to help them reenter our society, our community as contributing citizens.
The grant is also helping students in AMI Kids Incorporated in Pinellas, Lee, Escambia, and Dade counties.
Well, it is a great day to have you joining us on this Wednesday.
Great.
It's always great to have you with us, but we're hoping that we're going to see some greater changes in the weather too.
Yes, we're hoping this Wednesday will be hot, but maybe Thursday will be cool.
Yeah, about halfway through the work week, still humid and a lot of water in the air, but no rain. So radar staying extremely quiet this morning. Just some pop-up showers, mainly over the water. That's the trend until this afternoon when it's unfortunately another day back in the 90s. But there's hope on the way. This cold front slowly getting closer and closer to our region, shifting into a stationary front. So this is key here. As the stationary front stalls out, that's going to be the deciding factor in how much rain we actually accumulate across the Panhandle. Most of us likely to see some stronger storms, though, as early as tonight. So hang with us through